Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I am here to bring you your December reading. We are going to start with your current energy, and then we're going to look at the month of December all the way through week by week until the end of December. As always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you, but remember these are predictions into the entire month of December. All right, Spirit, what would you like Gemini to know for the month of December? Gemini. All right, so you're starting out with the Death card, and it is crossed by the King of Cups. So you've had some sort of an ending here, likely with regard to love, or perhaps if this is business related, it could be something or work related. Something is transforming. Let me see the past. Show me the recent past. An end of conflict. Yeah, an end of conflict. Perhaps not wanting to have to compete with others. Why is all this happening for Gemini? Why is all this happening for Gemini? The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, because you've been stuck for a while. Yeah, so something's transforming in your life here. And it's transforming because it needs to. You've been in this stuck energy here. Let me see what's on your mind. The Five of Cups, you're sad. You're thinking about the past. You could be feeling a bit unloved. You know, the holiday season can be a little difficult for some people. So, you know, you're kind of in your head right now. There's changes going on. You may be uncomfortable with those changes. For a lot of you, it looks like it is in your love life. Now, to your credit, your heart is still open, so that is good. Let's look at December. Show me December for Gemini. The King of Swords, you're stepping into your power. You're becoming honest with regard to this ending, with regard to a transformation, and with regard to your feelings. So show me, how is Gemini showing up in this reading? How is Gemini showing up in this reading? Temperance in reverse. You need to heal from something. Your feelings and emotions are not quite balanced. Well, you're going through a lot, so that makes sense. Let's see the energy coming towards Gemini. Show me the energy coming towards Gemini in December. Eight of Wands. It could be somebody traveling to meet you. This is also strong communication that's going to bring about change. So somebody's going to be reaching out to you or coming to see you. Show me Spirit's advice. Six of Cups. Spirit is saying you have to release the past. You have to let go of the past. That's what is keeping you in this stuck energy. Your outcome, we have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Now, this could mean a couple of things. This could be, you know, that you cease talking to somebody, that you are not accepting player energy. But this is an energy of kind of pulling back verbally. And, you know, I feel like for some of you, it could be also a lack of action. So bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. That's underlying energy. And that does verify that there is something here with regard to feelings, emotions, and love that has ended. It's left you feeling a little bit drained. So let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Death card here for Gemini? Yeah, this ending wasn't what you wanted. Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you may feel that somebody was being selfish as well. We have the Emperor. So you are taking control of your love life. You're taking control of your situation here because it was keeping you stuck. It wasn't what you wanted any longer. You didn't want to be stuck in that energy. Why is the Five of Wands in the reverse? Some of you were trying very hard to avoid conflict with somebody in the recent past. It could have been an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. King of Wands. So you're showing up here as being very attractive. And I do feel like with the King of Wands here, I feel like you are somebody that is, dynamic in the way you present to the world. I do feel like you made every effort to end conflict with somebody, but you also weren't going to be an option to anyone either. You weren't going to be placed in competition. So I do feel that this was a passionate, loving connection that ended. And I do feel like you didn't want it to necessarily end, but you weren't getting what you wanted here either. Let's see why you were stuck. Yeah, you were stuck. You were bogged down. You didn't know what direction to go in. 10 of Wands, there's an energy here of feeling overwhelmed. And that's what was keeping you stuck. I do feel like this connection that is ending had a lot of issues, a lot of problems. So let's see, why is the Five of Cups here? Why is the Five of Cups here for Gemini? The Star card, that's good. And the Four of, you're healing, the Four of Swords. You're healing. You're healing in order to bring hope back into your life. And I feel like it's kind of we can see that with Temperance. Your emotions are up and they're down. One day you're feeling pretty confident about things. You're feeling more balanced here. Other days you're feeling kind of down and you're looking at the past. This is what Spirit is telling you. You have to release. You have to let go. Let's look at December. Let's look at all of December. Show me December for Gemini. I do like that you are stepping into your power. I feel like you are taking control of your life, and you're taking control of your love life as well, and that's really good. And I do like that you are doing, the healing work. So it looks like you're moving in a positive direction, but, it's a day-to-day thing. All right, so let's clarify. Queen of Wands reversed, the Hierophant. You could have been married to this person, or you may have been, in a long-term connection with this person. All right, Seven of Swords, Two of Cups, Eight of Swords, and the Two of... Okay, so you're ending the month making some sort of decision. So what I'm seeing here in December, you are getting very honest with yourself. You're stepping into your power, very good energy here. And I feel like you're feeling a little bit more confident. You're taking it day by day. Some days are good, some days are difficult. With the Queen of Wands here in the reverse, you could be a little bit bitter with somebody that you had a connection with. You feel like you want to tell them something. There's a truth that needs to be spoken. So in the first week, I feel like you're not really taking action. You're just kind of trying to get yourself on an even keel. You could be seeking advice from somebody, a spiritual leader, perhaps even a psychic or a tarot reader, but you're seeking advice in order to know, should you go forward and should you say what it is that you want to say? Should you speak your truth? Ultimately, I feel like in that first week, possibly the second week, you are going to speak a truth here. You are. Either that or somebody's coming towards you to speak a truth. Now, that's a possibility as well. I do see that in the second week, there is somebody that you may have kind of set your sights on initially. Some sort of information comes out about that person and you decide that this is not the person for you. This would be a new person though. I feel like, there was an opportunity perhaps somewhere in the second week to the middle of the month where you might have been entertaining the idea, but there's a truth that comes out about this, and it looks as if that person could be a little deceptive. There's something that comes out that makes you say, no, I'm not doing this. So I do see you kind of pulling back any kind of feelings or emotions in the middle of the month from somebody new and not stepping out there, not taking that risk. Now, in the third week, I do feel like there is some sort of meeting with somebody. Somebody is approaching you. This could be a soulmate, but you don't trust it. There's a lack of trust, and it's because you have gone through so many experiences here where there has been deception, particularly affected by this most recent person here. So I do feel like somebody is reaching out to you. Now, here's the thing, is that I don't see anything bad yet, anyway, in that person's energy, but there is somebody new reaching out to you in love in the either the end of the second week or possibly the third week. Most likely the third week, but you don't trust the situation. And I feel like ultimately you decide to free yourself from this situation as well. Because I see you making a decision. There's something to do with deception and anxiety, that this deception has created so much anxiety in your life. And I see that by the end of the month, you're making some sort of decision here. Now, for a few of you, it could be that you have had some deception and not been really, and when I say deception, it could just be that you're not revealing your feelings. You're not, you know, being upfront with your feelings about somebody. So for some of you, I feel like you may be freeing yourself from that and deciding to reach out to someone that you have feelings for. So take it as it resonates. All right, let me see why Temperance is in reverse. Show me Gemini's energy. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune reverse, and we have the Queen of Cups. You're waiting for love. You're waiting for the love of your life to come in, because you're showing up here with, the King of Cups. You're waiting for your King or Queen of Cups. Now, it's not about the gender. It's about you're waiting for the perfect match. And I feel like in the meantime, you're trying to balance yourself out. You've obviously gone through a very difficult ending here. It's leaving you a little bit not trusting of others. And I feel like that's something that you are healing from. And like I said, you have good days, you have bad days. You might be a little pessimistic about this. There's still some stuck energy related to this previous relationship, and that's why Spirit is saying you have to be able to release that, to let that go. You are showing up, though, in a very loving energy, and I do like that. I do. So let's see the energy coming towards you. I also feel like you're being very, very picky about who you want to be with, and why wouldn't you? I mean, it's a big decision. All right, so let me see the Eight of Wands. Show me the energy coming towards Gemini. Show me the energy coming towards Gemini. All right, we have the Ten of Cups. We have the Four of Coins reversed. And the Empress. Possibly a Taurus or a Libra. But let me tell you something. This is good energy. This is somebody who... they're a happy person, they're an abundant person, they're somebody that's loving and nurturing and kind, but this is not somebody who's going to be doing a lot of chasing. So this person is going to be reaching out to you, Gemini. This is somebody who they're going to reach out to you. They're going to say, you know, it could be someone from the past, but it doesn't have to be. If it is someone from the past, they want to release any past energy. They want to let bygones be bygones. This person sees you as happiness, and they're going to tell you that. If this is somebody new, though, that is here in your energy, this is somebody who's dealt with their past, and they're actually approaching you very open, very loving, very kind, very happy. This is great energy. So whoever is coming towards you in December, this looks really good. Let's see what Spirit's advice. Let's clarify Spirit's advice for Gemini. All right, we have the Nine of Coins reversed. We have the Five of Wands reversed. And Judgment in reverse. So what Spirit's telling you to release is the feelings of loss, the feelings of, you know, not having enough. There could be some codependency issues that you need to work on. Releasing issues where you felt like you were being placed in competition. See, a lot of this has to do with this previous relationship. Also, make sure that you're not working so hard to avoid conflict that you compromise yourself, because there's a sense of poor judgment being used. Also releasing the idea of reconciling with somebody who was placing you in competition with others, that was trying to, create codependency, that was, this has to do with your past, all of this with your past. And Spirit is saying these are issues that you must work on. You must release these issues in order to enjoy the love that is coming towards you. So let me see. And I feel like this person here in your energy is this person that's coming towards you towards the end of December, the 3rd or 4th week of December, likely into the 3rd week, into the 4th. Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Gemini. You've got somebody really great coming towards you. All right. 7 of Wands reversed. And there's that Ace of Cups in reverse. Now that's in your underlying energy. 4 of Wands reversed. And the 10 of Coins. Yeah, this is great. This is good. So in your outcome, what I'm seeing here is that you're no longer going to fight for this connection from the past. This connection that drained you. This was either a marriage or a long-term connection. You're accepting the ending of this, and I feel like you don't even want to talk to this person. You're just accepting that, okay, I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not going to fight for this connection. This is over. This is done. And guess what comes in? Your 10 of Coins. That's the everything card. That's having the, the money, the relationship, the loyalty. It's like having it all. And so if you can follow Spirit's advice here, if you can release all this past energy that you've been stuck in for so long, then you've got somebody really great coming in, and it could really go the distance. It's a longevity card as well. And it also shows that by the end of the month, while you've been thinking, I'm not loved, I don't have love in my life, if you can address all these things, what happens is not only do you have the love of this person that's coming in, but you'll have the love and support of close friends or family. This is a powerful reading for you. I feel like you're going to have a good December. So bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords in the reverse, and that's healing. Healing from heartbreak. So you've got good things coming. Let me read your oracle card, and we'll see if there's any further messages. Pulling for Gemini. Whoever this energy is that's coming towards you, I don't know if you know this person or not, but they're coming towards you, and it's a very positive energy. But you have to do your work. All right, so you have number 20, the Garden of the Night. And I suspect that's going to be advice about how to go about doing the work, Gemini. Give me a second and I'll read that for you. All right, it says, there are spaces and places within the world of the Kitsune that cannot be found, or that can be found within the human world too. One of the most magical places of all is a place where we can connect with moonlight in a world that is no longer lit brightly but gleaming with silver, the same as it is during our waking hours, yet entirely different because of the gift of moonlight. When this card comes to you, you are being asked to look at a situation, person, or concern from a very different perspective, and to allow yourself the space to contemplate it at a quiet time, in solitude, under the silver light of the moon. Within this space, there will be imaginative new ways to approach any difficulties, and your inventiveness and ability to dream into being a new approach will be of great help during the daylight hours, which so often belong to the world of work, of family, and of others. In these in-between times, guarded by moonlight, you will not only be able to solve the problem before you, but you will have the time alone to rediscover aspects of your soul that cannot seem to be fully expressed at this time during the day. At night, there's another you, another part of your identity which can be explored and in time allowed to flourish. For you are the gardener of your own soul, and you will tend to what needs to grow within the moonlit hours and allow it in time to come forth into the light of day and become more integrated into the everyday aspects of your world. For now, find this space and place and be illuminated with the silver light of imagination and of infinite possibility. Let your imagination, creativity, dreams, and wonder all feed into your waking life's projects. Let the moonlight and the sunlight intertwine and create magic. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, this is a very positive reading. I'm happy for you guys. I hope that it has brought some clarity into what is coming for you into December. If you resonated with this, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Gemini, know that you are love, and namaste.